Monica sat in her favorite corner of Café Noir, stirring her latte and reflecting back on the intricacies of her recent relationship entanglement. She was accomplished, thriving in her career, with decades of personal growth and learning under her belt. Like many women her age, Monica believed she had seen it all, that she could recognize the red flags from a distance. But as she perused the history of her past relationships, she found a familiar pattern, relationships that seemed glittering only to reveal a darker, narcissistic undertone. How does one fall into the same trap again? Monica mused, sipping her coffee. At 52, she wasn't naive. She held an MBA, wielded her authority in a male-dominated corporate arena, and had traveled the world. Yet, something always drew her back to similar personalities, men who seemed charming, confident, and incredibly attentive in the beginning. Across town, Joan was experiencing much the same. At 55, she was a respected psychologist, with a keen eye on the dynamics of human personality disorders. Yet, somehow, she too found herself involved with a partner whose exceptional charm masked a deeply self-centered personality. It was a bitter irony, one she couldn't quite shake off as she poured herself another glass of wine that evening. "I should know better," she admitted to herself, reflecting on how seamlessly charming traits morphed into controlling ones. The patterns were consistent: overwhelming attentiveness followed by peculiarly well-timed neglect, affection that shifted into manipulation, admiration that slowly melted into belittlement. The world saw them as smart women, not just in terms of intellect, but with wisdom born from experience. This reality perplexed Joan as she recounted sessions with her clients, some of whom battled similar issues. It was one thing to understand something theoretically, yet another to experience it in the entanglements of the heart. Both Monica and Joan decided to meet once a week to share their stories, not exclusively as a coping mechanism, but as an avenue of rediscovery. They wanted to unravel why women like them, armed with knowledge and experience, still fell prey to the allure of narcissistic partners. The gatherings held a library-tucked warmth, where they dissected past experiences over the soothing clatter of cups and warm ambience. In one of these discussions, they identified common traits that attracted them. The listener had to be bold, seemingly independent, but attentive in ways that made one feel unique and important. Narcissists appeared enamored, doling out attention and using love-bombing techniques till dependency grew as a subtle tether. It wasn't about needing care, but about being shown importance in a world that taught them self-sufficiency. Monica and Joan realized the allure was part power, part conquest. Both women were hunters in their respective domains, and narcissists offered a challenge, a puzzle to solve. The lines blurred, and they often didn't realize when they themselves became the ones pursued and captured. As their understanding deepened, Monica and Joan became determined to break the cycle. They would educate others, contribute their experiences to the masses who naively believed that education and age guaranteed immunity. Narcissism wrapped in the charisma and charm wasn't just hard to resist, it was hard to identify until deeply entwined. Their story became one of empowerment rather than victimization. Armed with knowledge, they re-entered the dating scene with a clearer vision, promising to support each other, to spot manipulation wrapped in charm before it could consume them. Their testament was a vivid reminder: no amount of age, education, or experience could fully shield anyone, and real wisdom lay in learning vulnerability wasn't weakness, but the path to authentic love and partnership.